Hi, this is Laura from LiveVisions.com, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about attraction and astrology. Now, sometimes you're always, people call me a lot and they're like, why? I don't know. I wanted to know, is this person attracted to me? Do they even, what are they attracted to? Do I embody what they're attracted to? Right. And the first thing I do, okay, first of all, you have to know if the person is heterosexual, what their orientation is. Okay. For the most part, if it's a heterosexual couple, the woman is going to be attracted to her Mars. Wherever her Mars is placed, it's going to tell you about that Mars placement. Now, with men, it's their Venus. Okay, so you want to look at Mars or Venus. So if you're a guy, now let me tell you, if you're a woman and you're attracted to other women, you may want to look at your Venus instead of your Mars. And if you're a man and you're attracted to other men, you have to look sometimes maybe with your Mars instead of your Venus. Okay, so let me just say that again. Most part, heterosexuals, you're going to look at your opposite. So women, you're going to look at your Mars for attraction. Men, you're going to look at your Venus. But if you're attracted to the same sex, you may want to look at the same sign. So if you're a man, you're going to look maybe at your Mars. And if you're a woman liking other women, you may look at your Venus. I hope I explained that good. Okay. Now get out a pen and paper. I want you to go to my website and go pull your chart. And go to LiveVisionZ.com, LiveVisions.com. Go to the students only section. You can pull the chart right there. Okay. And then pause the video. Look at where you have your Mars or Venus. Okay. If you're a heterosexual female, you're going to look at your Mars and look at planets next to it, what house Mars is in, right? What sign it's in. If you're a heterosexual male, you're going to look at your Venus, what house Venus is in, what sign it's in, if there are any other planets next to that Venus. And if you're attracted to the same sex, then, obviously, if you're a man, you're going to look at Mars. If you're a woman, you're going to look at your Venus, the same sex, okay? All right. So, that being said, let me just get my screenshot here. Do my video screenshot so I don't have to do it later. All right, here we go. Okay, great. So, now I'm going to talk to you. I'm just going to go through each and every sign. You know at this point whether you're looking at your Venus or you're looking at your Mars based on your orientation, okay? All right. So this is going to tell you what you're attracted to based on your own chart as well. But you can also look at your partner's chart. And if you're looking at, well, are they attracted to me? Am I embody the person they're attracted to? Well, I'm going to give you some tips to figure out if they're attracted, what they're attracted to. Okay. Now you're going to maybe want to take down some notes because I'm going to go through this by house and sign. And then you're also going to be looking at the planets. Okay. So we're going to look at, we're going to do Aries first. Okay. I'm going to give you an example. So, if you're looking at your Mars or your Venus at this point, and now if you're looking at the first house, right? So let's say you're a female and you're going to look at your Mars if you're a heterosexual female. And if Mars is in the first house or in Aries, okay, men, if it's your Venus, if your Venus is in this house, and if it's conjunct Mars, if it's conjunct the planet Mars as well, if you're attracted to your Venus, that would mean somebody who's more feisty. Okay, let's go into the description of Aries. Especially if this is in the first house. This is somebody who has now you may have to watch more than one description. So let's say your Aries is in the 5th house. You're going to have to watch the Leo video and the 5th house. I'm just going to make the houses. I'm going to put the houses on here too so you have that. Okay, let me just edit this. First house. Okay, and then we're going to put Mars. The attached planet to this is Mars, okay? So if you have Venus or Mars, whatever you're attracted to, in the first house and it's Aries, This is somebody who's a go-getter. This is somebody who's ambitious. This isn't somebody who's shy. This is a man's man, a very masculine energy. This person goes for what they want. This person, I want to say, this person could be, you know, they're kind of like machismo. This person can go for, I want to say, if they want something, they're not going to be shy about it. They're just going to go and get it, right? This person is going to be, I want to say, militant. Maybe they're in the police. Maybe they're a soldier. Maybe they're in the army. Their physical body, especially in the first house, is going to be very masculine, right? But in general, now you're going to, if your Venus or your Mars or the whatever person you're attracted to is in Aries, this person is aggressive, assertive, not shy at all. They go for what they want. They mean what they say what they mean. They often do things quickly and say, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. You know, they can have a fierce, feisty temper, right? And again, that masculine energy, it's like a man's man, right? That big, you know, burly guy who's in the military or the police officer who's really buff, right? You know, that's this kind of energy that this person is attracted to. So if you're a woman and your Mars is in Aries, you're attracted to some really buff dude, right? Now let's go. Now you're going to have to read more than one description if it's in a different house, okay? And you're going to look at you're going to look at the other description to give you more information on the planet it rules as well. So if your planet for attraction, Mars or Venus, depending on your sexual orientation, is in Taurus or the second house, or has a Venus attached to that planet, this would be somebody who's maybe secure, stable, wanting stability, security. This is somebody who sensual, the senses could be heightened, taste, touch, smell. They may be good at cooking. They may like soft things. They may like bubble baths, you know, maybe they want a partner who is sensual. The senses are heightened, taste, touch, smell. This person may enjoy the person who really smells good. They may like the feel of your skin. This person may like soft, silky clothing, or you know, petals in the bathtub, or like ambiance. This person could be very much all about, you know, not just food in general, but they're all about the texture of food too. How does it taste? The grainy thing of a pear, right? They can tell you all about it. There's the heightened sense here. They may like massages, right? So if somebody has their Mars or Venus, depending on your orientation, if you're a single heterosexual female, this would be Taurus for you. This would be Mars, sorry. And Taurus, you could be in love with somebody who maybe with security and stability is important to you, right? Maybe you want this person to be sensual in some way. Maybe this person's a good cook. Maybe this person really thinks before doing, you know. This person may like the comforts of home, right? They like soft and luxurious things, right? All of these things could apply, okay? This person could be concerned also with, you know, like financial security as well. Okay, so let me just go to the next one. Okay, let me just go enter. Sorry. All right, here. Now, if you have your planet of love, which is Mars or Venus, ladies, if you're a heterosexual female and you're interested in men, you look at your Mars. If your Mars is in Gemini or in the third house, or if it has Mercury conjunct attached to it, you know, like if it's Mercury is next to it, you may want somebody who's very communicative. You want somebody where the lights are on and somebody's home. Looks can get you in the door, but if you're dumb as a box of rocks, if the light bulb's on, nobody's home, you're not interested. Your erogenous zone is the mind. You want somebody who stimulates you verbally, somebody where the quick verbal banter, you know, can really get you intrigued, the back and forth communication, right? And, you know, somebody who has those, you know, cute little witty comments could really, you know, you may like this person a lot, you know, you're like, oh my God, his witty comebacks, he's so smart. So you know, this could intrigue you. This could attract you. Somebody who can talk about anything and everything and knows a lot about many little subjects, you know, like maybe they don't know everything, but they know enough to carry a good conversation. There is no lulls in conversation. You know, when you're sitting there with the person and you're sitting there with like your thumb up your ass, you're waiting. There's none of that. This person is great at carrying on conversation. can talk about many things, is very adaptable to his audience, right? Whoever he's speaking to knows how to, this person may be a good salesperson. They're good with their words, right? But you're attracted to somebody who's very intelligent, very witty, very smart, and could carry a very good conversation. So if he looks like he came off of a Harlequin romance novel and he's just drop dead gorgeous, but if he, if he's a few tools short of a toolbox, you're like, I don't think so. I'm not. The lights are on and nobody's home. I mean, that's not going to interest you. He may stick around for a good time, but not a long time. Okay. Cancer. If you have your love planet, and with whether you're looking at Mars or Venus, now if you're a heterosexual female, you're looking at your Mars, right? If it's in Cancer or in the 4th house, or if you have the moon attached to it, you're looking for a person who's all about home and family. Home and family could be very important to you. This person is very nurturing. With this person in your life, they're very mothering. Maybe when you're sick, this person is the type of person, let me go get you something. Oh, let me put that hot, that cool rag on your forehead, right? Let me take your temperature. I went out and I got you some juice and, cough medicine, and I made you some soup. That kind of person, whether it's male or female, this person is nurturing. Ladies, if your Mars is in the 4th house, this guy is going to be just as mothering and nurturing as you would with your own children. He would be a good parent, okay? And maybe that's important to you. This person is going to be all about the home and family. Maybe this person, maybe you want to work and make the money, and this one's, whether it's male or female, ladies, if it's Mars and you're heterosexual, maybe you want a guy who's going to stay home with the kids, and then while you go to work. It could be vice versa here, But this person could be... family and home could be huge to this person. Nurturing. Maybe they want to cook for you. They want to make meals for the family, right? Maybe this person has a very intuitive side, intuitive nature. They just kind of know what's going on or know what you're feeling, right? This person could be sensitive, nurturing, a little moody at times. They can be moody. But let me tell you, they're going to show you huge. The biggest thing to them is their home and family. And that could be the attraction. You want a partner who's all about home and family, like maybe you are, right? They could be sensitive, nurturing, a little shy. They could be on the shy side, okay? But that's what I'm seeing here, right? And they could do things like, maybe this person could be the type of person where they maybe they run a soup kitchen, or they're doing things to help other people in need, feeding the homeless. You could find that very attractive. When somebody with Mars and Cancer is like, oh my gosh, he's helping others, he's nurturing others, he's feeding others. It could be very attractive to you, and maybe this guy is all about his kids and all about his family, all about his home. All of this could attract you in a deep way. Okay, let me just do the next one. Okay, let me just write this. Okay, so if you're love planet, Venus or Mars, you know what you're looking at now, right? Ladies, if you're a female and you're a heterosexual female, your Mars would be in Leo or the 5th house, or the sun is attached to it. You're attracted to somebody who's charismatic, somebody who walks into a room and everyone says, oh my gosh, who is that? Whether they want the attention or not, this person is like, they attract people like moths to a flame. All eyes are on them. So you're really drawn to somebody who could be arm candy, okay? You could be drawn to somebody who is like, you walk into a room and everyone needs to know who this person is. Now, it could just be their personality. They could be charismatic, very, I want to say animated as a person. They could be very outgoing. This person is not shy. This is a fire sign. They could be very passionate, very creative. But usually, let me tell you, when you see Leo, and I'll tell you an example. You walk into a man walks into a room, right? His hair is just perfect, cut just perfect, right? His skin is perfect. He's got, like, let's say he's got an Armani suit on, and they dress to the nines, right? If it's a woman, he may have a Rolex watch on, a pinky ring. You know, I'm Italian. I don't know what I don't know what other people consider, you know, but like a woman, let's say she's got, you know, diamonds dripping from her ears, but let's say, you know, they could be real or fake, doesn't matter. Like a fur coat on, a long dress, her hair's just perfect, her makeup is all done, you know, like movie star quality. You know, you see Leo, you see like somebody who should be on television, right? That's the energy. So, but again, there's some sort of light this person emulates just with their physical appearance or their personality, an element of being animated, an element of being charismatic, an element of, they could be brave, they could be, you may want somebody who's loyal, because, you know, Leo's known to be loyal, brave. This person's outgoing, this person's passionate, this person could be creative, right? All the things of Leo. And Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun rules the heart. This first person could, you know, lead with their heart many times, right? So this could be the attractive thing to you, okay? All right. So let me go this one. Okay. So if you have your love planet, whether it's Mars or Venus, you know what you're looking at now. In Virgo, the 6th house, or attached to Mercury, this person, maybe you're attracted to somebody. Oh, I put this wrong. Let me just fix this. Oh my goodness. Maybe you're attracted to somebody who is of service, you know, like you like somebody who cares for others, you know, somebody who, you could be attracted to somebody who's analytical and detail oriented. Maybe this person is meticulous. Maybe this person is very mathematical and detail oriented, like that. Sometimes this person could just be of service, you know, like you could be attracted to a person who, like, maybe they work at a hospital, maybe this person is a nurse, or maybe this person is in a service related industry, right? You know, there's an element of helping people, being of service here, and maybe that's what you're attracted to, right? You may be attracted to somebody who's like, oh, this could be somebody's personal cheerleader too, like, oh, let me help you, right? This person may be the type to say, oh my goodness, I have the tools to help you with this or that, right? This person on a negative side can be maybe a little too analytical and detail oriented, where you may feel like you're being picked apart, but they could be equally as hard on themselves, right? They could be as analytical and detail oriented on themselves. So I want to say for you, these are the Martha Stewarts of the zodiac, you know? So, you know, this is somebody who's really good with organization or really good with details, right? Ladies, this could be an accountant, right? This could be somebody who's just very organized and detail oriented in his life. Not always, you know, can it go as far as, you know, could be an accountant, but also this person could be of service. You know, maybe he works at a hospital, maybe he's a nurse, or maybe he is in the service related industry. Maybe he works at a rehabilitation center. Maybe this person, maybe he's doing some sort of service. There's something about him that's being of service to others, and it's through communication, right? So Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So if you have Mercury attached, the same thing. This person, if it's Mercury attached, uses their words. Maybe this person would be very communicative, right? So maybe if you have Mercury attached to this Mars or Venus, this person is really talkative, right? There's no lulls in conversation, perhaps, right? All right. So if you have, let me just, Libra here. Let me just do this. Hold on. Okay. If you have this Mars or Venus in your 7th house, okay? Ladies, if you're a heterosexual female, you're looking at your Mars. If it's in Libra, the 7th house, or has Venus attached to it, you're wanting a person who is, I want to say Libra is classy, not tawdry. No tacky nature here. No, 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 no. So let me put it to you this way. Leo is royal, right? Libra is classy, like the prince or the princess of England, right? You think of Lady Diana. She knew exactly how to carry herself. Libra energy does not like confrontation, right? Libra energy is very good at looking at both sides of a situation. So if you have your Mars here, you could be attracted to a person who is very diplomatic. Yeah, I can see your side in this argument as well as my own, right? So maybe this person is very good at, you know, having an argument with or debating with this person, right? Maybe this person is very good at, yeah, I can see both sides of this. I get your point, you know, kind of a person, right? This person also wants somebody who has Mars here. If you're a woman, you're looking for a guy that you know that you could take him to any social situation and they're not going to embarrass you. That they know how to conduct themselves, they know how to dress, they know how to act, they know how to carry themselves with class, dignity, and grace. This person is not the type of person to say something. They're really good at saying things that would not cause friction, right? Because they hate confrontation, which is why sometimes people with Mars and Libra could be good lawyers. But so maybe you're attracted to somebody who, you know, if you say, hey, you know, does my butt look big in this red dress? And he may say, oh, I think the black one just looks so much better on you. Instead of saying the black one is more slimming and you're moon over Miami today. And, you know, he's not going to say that. He's going to say the black is more slimming. I don't know why. I just like it better on you. He's not going to get into any confrontational verbiage with you, right? They're very good at what they're saying. And Venus, having Venus here, there's an element of love. There's an element of harmony here if you have Venus attached to your Mars. There's an element of, and if you're going with your Venus, if this is the planet you're dealing with, then there you go. But if you're going with your Mars and the Venus is attached to Mars, there's a lot of passion here, right? There's a lot of harmony. There's a lot of love here, right? Venus softens what it touches, right? So, but anyway, this would be somebody who has a more of a diplomatic nature, right? Somebody who is classy, graceful, you know, that you could take them out and they're going to display themselves in a very elegant way without embarrassing you. Now, this person, let's say that you're dating somebody with Mars and Libra. And ladies, this is your Mars, okay? And let's say the guy is trying to get it on with you in the backseat of a car. Are your knees a knocking? No, you're not. Because you're like, wow, this is all about class and grace, right? So you're more like, what would impress you is if he took you to a beautiful place, right? Maybe planned a nice evening, right? Even if it was in a very nice hotel or something, or he decorated his home and made it all romantic, would mean more to you than him trying to get on with you in his vehicle, right? Or some, you know, you don't want to feel cheapened with this energy, right? So if a guy's trying to make you feel cheapened, you know, you're going to dump him. You're not going to want to be with him. All right, so let's go to the next one. So we're going to go with your Scorpio. Let's fix this. Okay, Pluto. Okay. I don't know why this did this. I did that. And okay, here we go. If you have your Venus or Mars, if you're a female who's heterosexual, you're going to look at your Mars, right? If your Mars is in the 8th house or Scorpio, or has a Pluto or Mars attached to it. Now, Pluto and Mars are a little different, so I have to go into detail on either one. So let's just talk about the sign and the house first. If it has Pluto or the 8th house, this is somebody who's very sexual, very intense, very passionate. It's me against the world with you. I want to be like, this is somebody where you may feel like you're Velcro to each other, which is why a lot of 2 Scorpios tend to date each other. But Mars and Scorpio could be that, you know, I want that mysterious guy, that passionate, mysterious, you know, person, right? Who is, you know, sexual, passionate, intense. Intensity is the key, right? If it's kind of blasé, that this person doesn't like pretense. So if there's pretentiousness, this person could smell that a mile away, and they're not interested in just, they want something real. They want something deep. They want something passionate. They want something that is just raw, intense energy, could be quite sexual. Now, Pluto, even with Scorpio, okay, you got to watch out for power struggles and power plays, right? Because this could be very transformative energy, right? So maybe you're wanting somebody who really transforms your life in some way, right? Somebody who is like the attraction could be off the chain, so deep, so powerful. And maybe this connection transforms you as a person, right? Pluto here adds to that. Mars, okay, now if you have Mars here, it's a little different. Mars in Scorpio could be, you got to be careful with Mars, especially if it's, you know, you got to be careful. It's not somebody, Mars can bring passion, but it also can bring abuse. You know, Mars attached to your Venus. Let's say your Venus is in Scorpio. If you're a same-sex relationship and your Venus is in Scorpio, or you're a guy and, you know, you want somebody intense, very passionate, Mars can be a little abusive here. Just saying. But ladies, I know we go with our Mars. That's our male energy. I get that. Okay. So I'm just saying, but if you're the opposite and you're looking at your Venus, and Mars attached to Venus could be very passionate, just saying. But it also could be abusive. So you have to be careful. Okay. All right. So let's go and we're going to look at those. I'm talking about same-sex relationships. Okay. All right. So let's see. And we're going to do Sagittarius now. Okay. Sagittarius. So if you have your love planet and you know which one it is, if it is, I'm so hot in this room. Oh my Lord. If it is Mars, ladies, if you are attracted to men, a heterosexual female, your Mars is in Sagittarius, the 9th house, or you have Jupiter attached to it. Well, Jupiter can add more, but let's just, you want someone who's intelligent, who is smart, somebody who's like, maybe their religious beliefs are important to you, maybe philosophical beliefs are important to you, maybe this is a foreign person from a foreign land, right? Maybe this person there's a lot about foreign travel, maybe this, you know, you're interested in person who is maybe travels to foreign lands, right? This person could have a good sense of humor and an optimistic way of thinking. The glass is half full instead of half empty, right? So this person could be an optimist and not a pessimist. Maybe you're looking for a person who, you know, religious beliefs are important to them, or just their philosophy is important to them, right? Maybe this person likes teaching, writing, publishing, could be that too. But if you add Jupiter here, it adds all the things I'm telling you. But the planet Jupiter itself can be somebody who's larger, right? A big guy. You know, it's funny. My aunt has hers conjunct Jupiter, and her husband was 6'4", big dude. You know, so Jupiter can be a larger person, right? So you want to look at that too. All right. And Jupiter also gives the element of optimism and everything I said about Sagittarius and the 9th house, right? But Jupiter can just expand what's already there, okay? All right, so if you have this in Capricorn, and your planet would be Saturn. So if you have your Mars, if you're a heterosexual female, your Mars is in Capricorn, or in the 10th house, or it is conjunct Saturn. This would be somebody who is very mature for their age, or you meet this person maybe older. You could be attracted to older men, people who are older than you, right? People who maybe mature for their age. Maybe this person has status. Maybe this person has a career, has a lot to offer you. But because the planet is Mars, females, heterosexual females, because the planet is Mars, Mars is also your own energy. So you're just as ambitious as this person is as well. So maybe because you want someone who matches you ambition-wise, okay? Mars, Saturn, you could be, if you have Mars, Saturn together, maybe you feel your energy is restricted in some way, or you have to work twice as hard to achieve Mars, Saturn, okay? So you could be attracted, like I said, to somebody who's older than you. Also, your love life maybe get better later in life. You know, so you also want to look at other things too in your chart. Where transiting Saturn is in relation to your 7th house, so you know more about that. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Like I said, yeah, older than you. This person, what else? Maybe this person is into building. You know, this person could be, you know, maybe this person's a builder, maybe this person's in real estate, a contractor, manager, teacher, farmer, something could, like, of those fields, right? But again, this person could be all about status. You know, maybe you really like, oh, I met this older guy, and you know, he's done so much with his life. Now he's a real estate developer. He's doing all these things, you know. And it's funny, my aunt has her Mars here, and she always liked older people, you know, and she was attracted to one guy. She was almost going to marry him. He was a real estate developer. So, but she just, I don't know. She said she liked him, but she had more fun with the other one, the bigger dude, the Jupiter, you know, she went with her Jupiter. So anyway, that's Capricorn. Okay. You could be very much attracted to somebody who's mature, older, very serious, and very serious about achieving in life. They could be very goal oriented. Okay. All right. So, all right, here we go. Okay. So if you have your Mars, ladies, if you're heterosexual female, if you have your Mars in Aquarius, right, and we're in the 11th house or attached to Uranus, right, well, you could be attracted to somebody who's very different than you, very eccentric, very unique, off the beaten path. This person is not a follower. This person could be a leader, right? This person could be all about the humanitarian efforts of others, doing humanitarian kinds of things. You know, it's not about the me, it's about the we, is their mentality, right? This person could be, let me fix this. It's bothering me. I don't know why I keep doing this. This person, you know, very much could have a lot of friends, right? This person could be affiliated with many groups and many organizations in their life, right? So again, this person, there's something unique and very different about them, and they could be a bit detached, right? Maybe there's a bit of a detachment here. Now, if you ladies have your Mars in Aquarius, maybe this person, how do I word this? You know, maybe this person appears, you know, eccentric in some way, but they own it. They're like, yeah, I'm different. I don't care. And, you know, this person could be a rebel, you know, a bad boy or whatever. You got to be careful with the bad boys. This person could be, I do my own thing. I don't give a shit what anybody else says or does. You know, I do me. And if you don't like it, hit the bricks, right? Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. I mean, they could be very detached at times. Maybe they need their own space. But with Mars in Aquarius, so could you. I have my Mars in Aquarius too. So with Mars in Aquarius, you could need your own space, your own time. You may not want somebody who's a Klingon or up your ass, right? You may want somebody who's very much, you know, I do my own thing sometimes, you know. This person, it could be very much a humanitarian. I have a Mars in Aquarius, and it's conjunct Jupiter. I do like people who are like, oh yeah, I've given to this organization, or I do this in my free time, or, and it, to me, I'm like, wow, that's really, really nice that you're giving to others, and or you're doing some sort of humanitarian effort. You know, I like that. I really, really love that. I remember when I had my heart surgery, I was really impressed. And I'm not attracted to women. I'm attracted to men, but I was really impressed with these women who created their own women's shelter for women, battered women. And I was like, wow, they did all this. So I was impressed with that group and organization and all the people that were working for them. It was really impressive to me. So anyway, that, ladies, you could be attracted to somebody who's affiliated with some sort of energy like that, right? And they don't give a crap what anybody else says or does. They're like, you know what? This is my belief. I do what I feel is right, and I really don't care what anybody else says. You know, this person could be, and again, a little detached. You know, the only drawback to this is sometimes you could be attracted to somebody that has that, you know, I could take you or leave you attitude, but you could also display this, because don't forget your Mars is in here too. I had to learn this too, because sometimes I think I could have had that attitude of I could take you or leave. Whatever. Well, if you're going to leave, great. Whatever. I don't, do what you got to do. You know, and that's terrible, because someone's like, geez, you don't give a shit if I stayed or left. And I don't know. I feel like, well, if you really wanted to stay, you'd stay. If you wanted to leave, you leave. I'm not going to like sit here and argue over it. I mean, you know, that's Aquarius very much. And it could give somebody, it hurts their feelings, you know, if you could show that you could give a crap. But you could be attracted to somebody like this too. What your energy is, you could also attract. Just saying. Now, okay, the people who have Venus in Aquarius, you could be attracted to somebody. Venus is how a girl flirts, right? So if you're in a same-sex relationship and she's using her Venus in the way she flirts, this person could seem very awkward. Like they do awkward things. Just like men who have Mars in Aquarius, the way they flirt could be very awkward. So keep that in mind when you're dating somebody with these placements that say, oh, it's not that he's not into me. He's just a little detached and awkward. Because I thought one dude, I mean, this guy was gorgeous. When I say gorgeous, I mean, it was just drop dead beautiful. And my mom set me up with him. And then it was her friend's son. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to like this guy. And oh my God, I met him. And I was like, holy crap, he's gorgeous. Anyway, I didn't think he liked me at all. And years later, when I got into astrology, I said, well, for shits and giggles, I'm going to do his chart. I'm going to see what the hell his malfunction was. Why he didn't seem, he was detached, you know, big time. And later I found out from other people, they're like, well, he was nervous. I'm like, nervous? I thought he didn't give a shit. But it turned out his Mars was in Aquarius. And if I had known that, you know, but yeah, decent guy. But I just thought, well, you know, as my Mars is in Aquarius myself, I thought, oh, he's just not into me. Okay, no problem. I'll move on. You know, that's bye-bye. Yeah, and I used to think, well, that's a shame. Oh, well, because Mars in Aquarius could be very detached. But he had Mars there too. And that's how he flirts. And his flirting was awkward. Like, the best way to deal with this, if you're a female and have Venus there, or if you're a man and have Mars there, and if you're awkward with flirting, be the friend first. Start out as friends. Don't do dates. Just start out as friends, get along, and see how it goes. Easy breezy. You want to keep it easy breezy, no pressure. And then as friendship grows, the relationship, you'll be able to see them for who they are, and it's less awkward. Okay, all right. So let's do Pisces, okay? I swear to God. I'm spelling. Okay, so if you have Pisces in the 12th house, or your Mars is in the 12th, right? Or in Pisces, or it's conjunct Neptune, right? Or Venus, whatever your love planet you're going with is, okay? One is your flirting planet and the other one is your attraction planet. Heterosexual females, it's your Mars, right? Men, it's your Venus, heterosexual men. But if you're in a same-sex relationship, so Venus, ladies, it would be your Venus, and men, it would be your Mars, okay, if you're same sex. Heterosexual, ladies, it's your Venus, men, ladies, it's your Mars, sorry, men is your Venus. Jesus. Okay, so ladies, if your Mars is in Pisces or the 12th house or conjuncting Neptune, you could be attracted to somebody who is spiritual, religious. You got to be careful that you're not attracting unavailable types, because the 12th house is the house of something hidden and not available, right? Maybe secretive, the Mars in the 12th house. What else? This person could be extremely creative, right? Beautifully creative. Can be also very compassionate. Now, Neptune has a big difference in octaves. And I'm going to tell you something. Octaves in astrology is positive and negative, but in Pisces, it's huge. So you could be attracted to somebody who's a preacher, to a religious person, you know, somebody who, you know, is some sort of, you know, runs a religious organization, or he preaches, or he's a deacon or something like this, right? Or maybe you're just attracted to I'm Catholic, and why can't priests get married? It's just wrong. I love that priest, you know, something like that, you know? Somebody who's in love with God. Have you ever seen the movie Thornbirds? That's this kind of thing. But on the negative side, sometimes Pisces can flip a script, and it can be attracted to somebody who's totally on drugs. Illusions, delusions, deception, right? It's a big fog machine. You know, do they mean what they say? You know, they say what they mean. There could be a lot of confusion, illusions, delusions, deceptions, drugs, alcohol, drinking. All of these things could be an issue, so you have to be careful. Okay, you have to be careful. So Mars, your best bet is the way you use your Mars. It's yourself. So ladies, show that you're spiritual, you're religious, you're creative. Then you will attract what you're bringing out to you, right? Neptune can be just confusion, right? So, you know, sometimes, you know who has Mars and Neptune? Do you guys watch Vanderpump Rules? What's his name? Tom Schwartz. And you know, a lot of times he's kind of he's very wishy-washy, kind of confused. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know what I should do. You know, Mars Neptune people could be very confused and say, I'm not sure what to do. I'll think about it. But in another sense, they could be spiritual and very religious, but they could also be, you know, major potheads. You know, I'm just saying. So Pisces has different octaves. Also, Pisces also could be the most romantic sign. So don't always rule out Pisces. So let's say on a good positive level here, you're married to a deacon or, you know, a religious person. Okay. I know priests can't get married, but whatever. And let's say that this person is very romantic, buys you flowers, gives you candy. You know, this person shows you all the love, and it's like a romance novel, right? People with Mars and Pisces too may enjoy those romantic movies. They really, really love it. Now, if you have your Venus there, Venus is also the way love plays out, whether you're male or female. If you have your Venus in Pisces, sometimes the fantasy could be better than the reality. You know what I mean? So you may say, oh, this was so nice. Or in my head, it was so beautiful. And the way it played out, well, not so much. And you could just try to recreate those movies that you see. And, you know, maybe you do your best and try to recreate a romantic evening. You know, Pisces is the romantic sign. It's the creative sign, spiritual sign. You know, sometimes when Venus is in, you know, sometimes with Venus is in the 8th house, you intuitively kind of know what your partner wants or needs, right? Anyway, if you want me to look at your personal chart to tell you exactly what I see, but I'm going to tell you this video is going to be super helpful for you to understanding what your partner is attracted to. Are they attracted to me? Am I somebody they're drawn to? So you may want to read more than one sign there if your Venus is conjunct other planets, right? You may want to look at other signs. And if your planet is in a certain house, right? So, you know, like Mars, right? My Mars is conjunct Jupiter. So I would have to read Mars in Aquarius, right? Conjunct Jupiter, big, right? Jupiter doesn't always mean have I liked big dudes? I guess it doesn't matter to me if they're big or not. But Mars conjunct Jupiter, it gives a person a lot of energy, right? A lot of energy. And maybe I'm attracted to somebody who matches that energy, a lot of energy. But also Aquarian energy. You know, so it's like I like people who are just as independent as I am. So I am very independent. You know, I don't really like to rely on anybody. I like to do my own thing. I don't really want to feel like, I don't know. I can be a bit detached, you know, but I'm also, you know, I'm wanting to be independent, but I also find it really unattractive if a man is very dependent, like on you or on his parents or on anything or anyone. I'm like, geez, can't you do it on your own? Like, it's very unattractive to me, you know? So I'm like, okay. So I really like independence, somebody who's very much doing their own thing. And, you know, I like that. You know, oh, I dated a pilot once, which is very Aquarian, and he was not home a lot. I don't know. It didn't bother me. I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, I've also dated another person who could never do stuff on his own. I mean, I'm like, why is wrong with you that you can't do, always asking for this relative's help, that relative's help, this relative? I was like, no. Now I'll tell you, if you have your Mars in Aquarius, that's somebody who really, really wants somebody. Well, that's somebody who values independence, right? And mine's conjunct Jupiter. So that's like on steroids. I really value somebody who's really independent, you know? So I don't know. So that just gives you a flavor, an example. And mine's in the 6th house, right? And the 6th house is Virgo of service, right? So it's true. I really do like guys who are independent, but yet also help others in some way, right? Oh, like I helped out this person, or I took some time to help my mom, or I went out of my way to do this for, you know, to me, that's attractive. It really is, you know. So, and in my lifetime, I will say, because it's in the 6th house, the service, I used to think, God, how come I meet so many police officers that ask me out? Like, what the hell? And it's not like I meant to, like, and it wasn't always like on their job that I met them. It was other weird situations that I would meet these people. And I'm like, what is it up with me? Like, why are they all cops? You know, it's like, I'm not even interested. Like, they're not even in uniform when I meet them. You know, I'm like, I understand, you know. But Jupiter could be the law too. Mars is, you know, independent and somebody who's a law person, right? And the 6th house is somebody of service. So it's so funny in my chart how that played out, because I was like, whoa, you know, I didn't look for these people. It just kind of happened, you know. So somebody of service, somebody with the law. Energy is very humanitarian, doing things for others. Mars and Aquarius, very humanitarian, right? To me, I find that very attractive. Anyway, so look at that. So if you're wanting to know if you're somebody's type, look at their Mars and look at the planets. You may have to look at more than one part of that video, right? So I would have had to look at Aquarius. I would have had to look at my 6th house, and I would have had to look at Jupiter, because I am a heterosexual female. I'm not using my Venus. I use my Venus to flirt, but I don't use it for attraction, right? So let's say that you're a man. You're going to look at your Venus, because you're a heterosexual man if you like women, and you're going to look at what house that Venus is in and any planets near that Venus. So I hope this video helps you, and I hope me giving you an example of my Mars gives you you know, it's very interesting. I used to say, why do cops like me so much? Or why do I meet those? You know, I could be out somewhere. I remember I was in a dating app a long time ago in my 30s, which tells you how old I am now. But and I remember I'm like, oh, what do you do for work again? And, oh, I'm a cop. I'm like, no way. Yeah, like figures. Figures. Oh well. And actually, him and I are friends to this day. I mean, we don't talk all the time, but you know, we had a lot in common. I think we were too similar. That's probably why we didn't date again. He was a Virgo sun and I'm a Virgo rising. And we were a little too similar, I think, in some ways, but we used to always talk about our dates. Like, oh, how did it go? You know, what happened with you? You know, but that was interesting. But he was a police officer. I think he's still an officer to this day. But anyway, that's just, oh yeah, I met another officer one time. I was having coffee. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. But again, it's in my chart. It's in my chart, you know? And let me tell you a little secret. Jupiter is also who you marry. And my Mars is conjunct Jupiter. So I'm like, I've never married a cop, but I don't know. You know, so weird. It's very interesting. You know, and again, you know, Jupiter is also, it can be the law, but it's also of somebody who's very, very independent. Could be that too. Anyway, we'll maybe I'll do one on the marriage partner next or something. Anyway, if you want to see more, let me know in the comments. I hope this helps you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.